Hey everyone, this is video number 1. I will be making 6 videos about various topics, things that I hopefully can share from my life, from my mind, from my heart that might help someone else out there. Um, it's part of an assignment. It's something that I'm glad I have this assignment. It's something that I was a little nervous about at first. I still am nervous about, but it's something that I'm excited about because it gives me an opportunity to reflect and think about some of the experiences in my life that I've learned some lessons and things that aren't necessarily comfortable to talk about, but things that I think I definitely have learned some things that may be helpful to someone else. Maybe not. I don't know. But needless to say, the first thing for this video that I wanted to talk about was marriage and divorce. I don't think it's any secret that everyone knows that I've been married twice. And it's something that I, of course, did not see myself growing up ever getting a divorce. I was raised in a home with loving parents who love one another, who were good examples to me as far as of what a marriage should look like. It was something that, I always saw myself getting married and being married for the rest of my life and being happily married. I never saw myself, getting a divorce, especially not twice. So it's something that, I'm not obviously proud of. It's something that, is embarrassing at times when that comes up, but it's the truth. I've been married twice, been through 2 different divorces. My second divorce took about almost 2 years and was very, very hard. I haven't heard of a divorce that was smooth and easy and didn't have a lot of stresses and challenges. But needless to say, after this last marriage ended, I really told myself inside, okay, this is it. I don't ever want to get married again. I don't ever want to experience this pain ever again. And obviously, when you fail at something, this fear can come in, and I definitely have had that. I had that okay, well, I was married twice. I'm never going to be able to be happily married. Relationships just don't work for me, or I can't be happy with somebody, completely happy. And I've obviously learned that that's not true. It's a fear that I've had to overcome. I've had to think about those experiences, those marriages, and really reflect. And of course, there's a lot of times people will point the finger at the other person and say, this is their fault for this, and not take any of that blame when you have a divorce. And it definitely, I think, a failed marriage, it takes both people for a marriage to work. I think you both definitely have to be making an effort. I think you both have to be making daily efforts. And so, needless to say, this video isn't about pointing fingers and saying this, and this happened. It's more about coming back to me and looking about the experiences I've had of 12 years of marriage, things that I've learned that I need to change, that I can't carry over into my next marriage. Again, it's funny because, again, I said never get married again, and then I met Carly. And Carly's my current fiance. And when I met her and we started dating, becoming friends and hanging out, I actually said, oh, well, I'm never getting married again. And she basically was, oh, you're never getting married again? So what's the point of us even dating? And she was right. And it really made me think, and open up my heart again. And I realized how special Carly was, and it was something that I didn't want that fear to step in the way of something truly amazing, which is the case with Carly. It has been truly amazing and continues to be truly amazing. And I've learned more being with Carly in this short time than I did in 12 years of marriage. I think part of it's maturity. I think I'm at a point in my life where I've had certain experiences now that I have a little bit more faith in certain things. I don't I'm putting it all out there, you know. Um, anyways, I don't know if I'm making sense here, but anyways, a few things that I feel like I've really learned as I've reflected back and looked at myself and what things I need to change, or things I have changed that have made things work so well with Carly and I. And the first thing I want to talk about is something that Carly really taught me, and that is honesty. And yeah, obviously you need to be honest with your spouse. I think with Carly, I always say what you see with Carly is what you get. She's 100% honest, and I've appreciated that so much about her, because there's been times in our relationship where there was something that was bothering her, and instead of hiding that, she was 100% honest with me and told me, and she communicated with me. She didn't do it in a way that was, telling me, like, criticizing me, but more telling me, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I would appreciate if, you could do this. And really having clear expectations of one another really is what it's all about. Having open, honest communication with one another, and having clear expectations for one another, and reminding each other of those in a loving way. So with Carly, I love it that she's been 100% honest with me, and it's taught me that, hey, even though sometimes some things can be a little uncomfortable, and when you say something to your significant other, it might not necessarily be comfortable, and it might maybe hurt their feelings, even though you're not trying to hurt their feelings, but you're being honest and you're saying how you feel, and that's the most important thing. Because if you are feeling a certain way and you hide it away, you just build up resentment, you build up anger, and then most people, I think, including myself in the past, have let things build up, and you get to a point you get upset and you blow up. And I think the biggest thing is when you're having struggles, or you're having something that you want to say it in a respectful, honest way. And with that being said, say it in a way that you're not trying to hurt your spouse, your companion, but that you're saying it because you want to make things better, that you want to be honest and communicate. So that's the first thing, is honesty and really loving truth. Carly has said to me, I know you might not necessarily want to hear this, but this is what I have to say. And I've thanked her afterwards. You know what? I didn't know that. I wouldn't have known that. I'm not a mind reader. And a lot of times I've told her, you need to spell things out for me because I'm a guy. And I don't always get things, Yeah, I feel like we are very aware of one another's feelings. And she can tell when something's bothering me, or I've had a hard day, or I can tell the same thing with her. But in reality, I need things spelled out for me sometimes. I tell her, I'm not a mind reader, just tell me directly, and she does. And a lot of her expectations or things that she wants from me to help support her, I've written them out, and I remind myself. And we did these different tests called the love languages, and I think one of the big ones for both of us, or two of the big ones, the first one was words of affirmation. That's really important to me. It's important to me to hear that I'm appreciated, that I did something well, I did something thoughtful, that she loves me, that I love her. So words of affirmation. The other one is quality time. There would be times that we'd be watching a movie or just doing something, spending time together. I'd be on my phone, and she would say, hey, I'd really appreciate it if you put your phone away and focused on me. I'm like, well, we're watching a movie. I can play my phone and watch a movie. No, right? I needed to be focused on the movie and on her, and putting my phone away, putting all the distractions away, and really focusing on her and her alone, because that's who I'm spending my time with. It needs to be quality time. It means I need to be there mentally, not just physically. So quality time. And another thing, again, a lot of these are probably obvious, but they're good reminders to me that I have to constantly remind myself. I think in my life I've gotten busy working 2 or 3 jobs, also getting ready for competitions and having a workout schedule, and things got really busy, and there's certain things that I have to remind myself of, things that are, obviously being honest is something that you're like, well, duh, of course you need to be honest. But for me personally, they were things I needed reminders of. Selflessness. I think, with your significant other, yeah, you can tell them you love them. And I think for me personally, when I share that love, when I show that love, whether it's through little gifts or thoughtful things or an example, I took Carly's car one time and I vacuumed it out, filled it up with gas, cleaned it, and surprised her. And that was something that meant the world to her because it was something to show that I cared, that I was thinking about her. Or little things like bringing home a Reese's peanut butter cup, something that she really likes. It's something small. I think one time I got her this Olaf cup because she loves Frozen. I got this Olaf cup for her at the dollar store, and she just loved it. So just showing her that, hey, I'm thinking of her, prepping food for her during show prep, just doing little things that I could serve her, that I was putting her needs above my own. It's something that, again, it's obvious that that's beneficial, but it was a reminder to me that I needed to be selfless, that I needed to think about what is best for her and put her needs first. And I think also at the same time you need to take care of yourself. And I've been told that definitely that, hey, if you want to be able to take care of your kids and do well in your work and whatever else you're taking on, you need to make sure that you are taken care of. Because if you aren't meeting your own needs, it's going to be very difficult to meet other people's needs. So that was something else that's been really, that I've learned this last while as I've been in this relationship with Carly and as it's grown. Another thing I've learned is, you love no matter what. Love, you shouldn't put barriers on it. Like, I'll love you if you do this. Loving unconditionally, loving the best you can and not holding back. Or withholding your love is something that is very important, that you need to love your significant other no matter what. And at the same time, being respectful of their needs, but loving no matter what. When there's something that, because no one's perfect. Things happen in relationships. Everyone has bad days. I think just recognizing that, hey, there are going to be bad days, but you need to recognize that, hey, this is just a bump in the road, that I love this person, that she's my best friend, and that when we have trials or things that we need to talk about, that it's just something, it's an experience to help us to grow. And that's another really big thing that I've learned, is that every day is an opportunity to learn, to grow. I think as I've gotten older and I realize, hey, time goes by pretty quick, that I need to think about each day and that there's always a lesson to learn, that every day offers an opportunity, that every challenge offers an opportunity for me to be able to look at that challenge and think, okay, well, what's the lesson to learn here? I think in the past there was a challenge. In my own mentality, I've had some bad things happen in my life. I've been divorced twice. I lost my father. I lost my sister. I've had some challenges that were very hard in my life. So I almost started developing this, I developed this attitude of the worst case scenario in my mind. I would think, okay, well, here's the situation, and I'd prepare myself for the worst. I would put that out there, the worst out there, instead of doing what I do now, with being optimistic and thinking about the positive things and not thinking about, well, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Well, I better prepare myself because that might happen. And it's really changed. And, it's that law of attraction, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of, but it's something that I focus on the positives, because I want those positives to, when you think about the positive, you attract them. It changes your attitude. So I don't think about the worst anymore. I think about, well, what's the best things that can happen? And that's not always easy, but I have to remind myself, I've recognized it now. Oh, well, there's that old thinking about how, there's that negativity, and I recognize it now, and I put a stop to it, say, no, I'm not going to think negative, I'm going to think positive. I'm not going to think about the worst. I'm going to think about the best. And whatever challenges come, deal with them and recognize there is a lesson to be learned. There's an opportunity for me to grow, to have a better attitude. So that's been a really just game changer for me because I became really focused on the negatives, or I would become negative about certain things, and I really just try to stay positive and happy and grateful. I think when you have certain things in your life, my kids, for instance, I absolutely love my children, and I'm so grateful for them. It's something that it's hard because I don't get to see them every day like I used to be able to. But looking at my children and how grateful I am for them, looking at Carly and how grateful I am for her and our relationship and my family, there's always something to be grateful about, no matter what challenges that come into your life. So I think that's a pretty good start to video number 1. I could probably keep talking. Again, I've been married twice, but I look back on those experiences and I'm better today because of them. I'm more prepared to be a better husband now. It's something that I learned that, I'm not destined to fail in my relationships, that I choose. I have the power to choose. I have the power to choose fear or to choose positivity, to choose to be happy on a daily basis, to choose to love, to be selfless, to serve my significant other and support her the best I can. It's something that, again, I don't look back with regret. It's more of, hey, I'm better prepared today to have a happy marriage because of the failures in the past. With Carly, I'm just so amazed that things, at times I'm just like, wow, I never knew things could be so amazing. I never knew that I could love someone the way I love her, that the way we communicate with each other and how we meet each other's needs. So anyways, I hope that was helpful. Again, I know that what I'm saying, it's not to say all, it's just things that, again, come from me personally and from my life and the things that I'm learning. So there's 5 more videos to go. I'm not quite sure what topics they'll be on, but they're probably going to be on things like this that I'm comfortable about. I'm just not sure. I'm just kind of going with the flow here. Thanks.